This is the Great British Heat Wave. You probably can't see the rain. I have a vest on. Nearly getting knocked over in the car park. I have a vest on. It's absolutely chucking it down. The Great British weather. I'm going to get a tad wet before I get home, and I've straightened my hair, and as usual it rains when I straighten my hair. Good morning everybody, it is Monday the 12th of August and it is 10:30 in the morning. I had a total mind blank then, didn't know what I was saying. My name's Alex and I live in Yorkshire in the UK, and this is a crafty weekly vlog of everything that I get up to during the week. You'll see all sorts of things. You'll see cross stitch, crochet, knitting, driving around, chats, all sorts of things. So if that's your kind of thing, come and join me for the week and we'll have a little catch up. So today is the 12th of August. Like I say, we've been out this morning. I had to go to Morrison's first thing and get that job done because I've got the hospital appointment at lunchtime. So I needed to go and do that first, and I do have a coffee. And then, well, it's supposed to be the warmest day of the year today. And as you could see from the first clip, it is absolutely bucketing it down. But it's supposed to brighten up. I need to put some washing on and I keep forgetting to do it. I'll go do that in a minute. Remind me to go and put a wash on, because it's going to be the perfect drying weather this afternoon. Update on the eye. If you're new, you won't know what I'm talking about. But for those of you that are returning, I did have my MEX appointment on Friday. And she said it was a very severe case of blepharitis, which is... Oh, the cat wants to go out. One sec. Sorry about that. So yeah, which is like a really common thing. Women are more prone to it than men because we use a lot of eye creams and makeup and that sort of thing. And that I just needed drops. So while she... I'm going to tell you the whole story. While she was doing all this, she said, I'll just check for an eye infection and put some yellow drops in your eye. And I said, what do you mean yellow drops? I am really squeamish. And I'm sure those of you that have been here for a while know that I hate taking medications. I don't like any of it, even paracetamol. I don't like taking any of it and only take it when I absolutely have to do. It took me long enough to get to grips with my diabetes medication. I really don't like it, and I don't like... having anything unless it's absolutely necessary. So she said she's going to put these yellow drops in my eye, and I said, what's this for? She goes, just to check there's no infection. And I'm like, hang on a minute, because she, by this point she'd got them out and was preparing it. I went, whoa, hang on a minute. So she said, is there a problem? And I said, yeah, I'm not sure I want yellow drops in my eyes. And she said, it's fine. It'll just turn everything yellow for 15 minutes or so. But whatever you do, Rubles, whatever you do, don't let it hit the skin on your face because it will dye your face yellow. One sec. So I looked at her and I said, I don't think I want those in. I said, so... if you decide, by this point I'm looking really silly. I said, so if you find there's an infection in my eye, what do you do? She goes, oh, well, nothing, it's the same drops, I'll just know. And I says, well, you're not doing the drops then. So she goes, oh, well, you don't have to have them if you don't want them. And I said, I don't want something in my eye that's going to turn my vision yellow. I've got to drive home. I says, and does it wear off in 15 minutes? She goes, in most cases, yes, some cases take a little longer. I went, absolutely not. You are not putting those in my eye. So I looked a right idiot. But I really hate anything like that. So she didn't do the drops. But yes, so it was a very severe case of blepharitis. And she gave me drops, wipes, told me to do a cold compress. And you know, it hasn't watered all weekend, and I didn't even get to use the drops because again, things in my eye, it takes me a little bit of time to build up to it, thinking, right, okay, I can be brave, I can do this. So I was planning on using them on Saturday, but I never even got a chance because it hasn't watered once. It's watering a little bit now, but I think that's more the sun's just starting to crack through. But I've got them if I need them. So I said to Danny, I've just cost me 20 quid for all these drops and wipes, and it's not even doing anything now. But never mind, there we go. So that is the update on the eye. It has been so much better over the weekend, and so many people had commented saying they'd had a similar thing, or somebody they know had had a similar thing, and it's been all linked to sinuses, which is what I was saying last week. So there you go. We're going out in about half an hour. I need to go to my hospital appointment next. So I will take you along. It's a lovely drive over, as long as the rain stops, and film the views for you on the way back. It's really, really nice. I want to try and get that film for you. And then I don't know what's happening this afternoon yet. Depends what time we get back. I will show you my cross stitch because I've got a little bit of update on the cross stitch. This is where I'm up to so far. Oh my word, doesn't it look amazing? It looks like this isn't a lot of stitches, but it is in fact 2,952 stitches. It's a lot of stitching. And I've learned, because you had all these bits here, what I did was I actually threaded up both of the colours. I don't know if you can tell I've got two needles on here. I'm doing the same here. Threaded up both of the colours so I wasn't getting confused on which stitch I was doing next, you know, rather than just doing all of the dark pink all the way across and then filling in the light pink. I did the dark pink, left the floss on the needle and just put it on the needle minder, and then threaded up the light pink, did that one, then I did a half cross on the last stitch on this, then finished the stitch off, pulled it behind, and then did this one. So it worked really well. I did the same here and I'm doing the same here, and that has worked really well. I think it's actually got a name when you do that. I think it's called parking stitches. I could be wrong, I don't know, but yeah, it worked really, really well. So I'm really enjoying that. I did finish that crochet blanket, but I'm going to show you that later on because I'm a little bit pushed for time this morning. And yeah, I'm going to have half an hour, see if I can get a few stitches in on that before we go. Maybe put a floss tube on, or a knitting podcast, or just put YouTube on. There'll be something on there I want to see. There usually is. And I shall be back in a little bit. Baking here. Absolutely baking. So we've just arrived. Just walking down now. That building there is where all my boys were born. It was. And down there, when Finn was born, it was the worst snowstorm ever, and the car broke down and I had to sit and wait for AA before I could go home in this horrific snowstorm. It was so bad. Right.
Thank you.
It is boiling here. We've left all that rain at home. It's really, we've had aircon on in the car, so we've got out and like... Right, I need to get down these steps. I'll be back.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
And I am home. That appointment, for those of you that were asking, I did say I'd give you an update today. The appointment went really, really well. The consultant was fabulous. The results did come back as CIM1, but she had done the biopsy and colposcopy, which sent the results to the lab. And she said, she couldn't say for definite, but she said she wasn't 100% sure the results were correct, because from what she saw to the results that have come back from the lab are really quite different. So she wasn't 100% sure that the lab results were correct. But she said, going, on what the lab results have said, she feels the best thing to do is just wait until November, repeat the colposcopy in November, and if needed, then at that point they will do another LETS treatment, which is like the loop thing, where they take the cells away. I have had it done in 2010, which is why they're a little bit reluctant to repeat it, because it can cause more problems if you keep having that treatment. So we are just waiting until November, but she doesn't think there's anything to be overly concerned about at this point. So she really put my mind at ease. I wasn't, I didn't come out of there thinking, is that right? I came out feeling really confident, and that is what you need. So I can relax now. But yeah, that is the update on that. I did, well, Danny, not me. Danny took some footage of the views on the way back, because it is such a nice drive over. It really is. So hopefully I've put those in before this clip. And yeah, I'm all relaxed and feeling much better now. I said to you earlier, well, not earlier, I think it was last week on the vlog, when I was talking about the fact that I haven't been on Ravelry recently, because I get a lot of inspiration from the Ravelry group. Well, let me tell you, I have asked permission from Annie if I can share this photo. So one of the members of the Ravelry group shared this photo just before I went this morning, and I immediately fell in love with this pattern. These, I've never done colourwork socks. I've attempted them a couple of times, but I've never actually done them. But I fell in love with this pattern, and I was saying, oh my word, I did ask permission if I could share them on the vlog, and she said yes, and she gave me her Instagram handle, which should be underneath the photo. If you want to go and have a look at Annie's Instagram, it will be there as well. But hasn't she done an amazing job on those socks? How amazing do they look? And I told her so. I told her they are just the most gorgeous things I've ever seen. So you can imagine my surprise when I got home from the hospital appointment to discover I had the pattern gifted to me from Annie on my Ravelry. I was blown away, honestly. Oh, I just can't tell you. I am absolutely in love with this pattern. So the socks are called the House of Cats. There is a hashtag on Instagram for them. Instagram called hashtag House of Cats socks, and the designer is Lisbeth Lund's Ravelry Store, which I will show you all that information now. So that is the name of the socks. This pattern will be linked in the description box below, and if I forget to link it, with it being a vlog and forgetting what I've talked about, I don't think I'll forget these, just send me a message and I'll link it. But oh, so I am going to start them now. I said to Annie this morning, I've even got yarn. This is the yarn that I have. This is opal yarn, which I think would be really good for colour work. So I have these two. That's all I've got. And I think that will look really nice. And I do have some contrast for heels, toes and cuffs. And I thought a nice bright contrast would look really cool. You can see they're black and white with the, it's like a mustard colour contrast. So I thought a nice pop. That's not that bright at all. It's a real deep red. It isn't that traffic light red. And I thought I'd do grey and white. I'm not sure whether to do grey socks and white colour work or vice versa. I'll see, because I've got more of the white than I have the grey. So it'll probably be white socks with the grey colour work. But yeah, oh my word, how lucky am I to be gifted the pattern. So I am going to be starting those today. Probably after tea I'll start them. And so you need 80 to 90 grams of the main colour. Let me just see what I've got. I always keep my scales up here because I use them so much. Right. I've got 62 grams, but I think that'll be fine. If not, I can always buy more opal. And 52 grams of that. And 47 grams of that. So it says main colour, 80 to 90 grams and 40 grams of the contrasting colour. Oh, that's for 2 colour socks. I do apologise. No, for 3 colour socks, 40 grams of each colour. So I have got more than enough if I do 3 colours. And they are one size. I asked Annie this earlier. She gave me the information earlier and she said it was just one size. So I am very, very excited. I really am. I'm going to enjoy knitting these. I really am going to enjoy them. I've been wanting a project to really get my teeth into, but nothing big because it's warm. Mind you, it's cloudy as anything here. When we went to Airedale, the crack in the flags, the sun there, not here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm pleased. But yeah, thank you so much. That was so very kind. So I've got myself a coffee. It's 1:30, so we really weren't long at all. Nice and quick. So I'm going to spend the afternoon chilling. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chill for the afternoon. Well, didn't I chill for the afternoon? I completely forgot to make tea. I got lost, and I mean lost, in, that was my cupboard, in the sock pattern. Oh, I love it. So I've got them living in my Snoopy bag. Danny bought this. This was the first project bag Danny ever bought me, so it's very, very special. Anyway, they're living in here. I'm going to show you them. Because I planned on having tea and then doing some, I thought I'll do some cross stitch after tea, but I want to work on these. So this is what I've got so far. The colours are a little bit similar, but you can absolutely see them. And I think this is like the part of the pattern. Where are we? This is this bit, so it would be like that anyway. As you come into this bit, it's going to be a lot more obvious. But don't you think they look very festive in these colours? I do. But honestly, I can't tell you. Where have colourwork socks been all my life? Seriously, I have been addicted. I did go on to the Summer Lee knit tutorial. I've tried, right, okay, let's start it again. I've tried knitting colourwork socks before and I've never been very successful. Well, it turns out I've been doing it wrong. So I'd gone on to the Summer Lee knits. She's the person that taught me to knit socks. So whenever I need any sock advice, I head on over to Summer Lee and I see what she's got in the tutorials. And sure as anything, she had a tutorial on colourwork socks. I do have her sock pattern, the book that she brought out. So I'll be looking at her colourwork socks next. Anyway, so it turns out I've been doing it wrong. I had been, every time I changed colour, I'd been twisting the yarn over each other and making a knot, because I thought that's what you did. No, you don't. You have one ball of yarn on one side of you, one ball of yarn on the other, and the background colour, according to the pattern, you keep it going over the top, and the second colour, you keep it going over the bottom. I'm not explaining this well, but I will link Summer Lee tutorial that I used in the description box below. Again, if I forget, just remind me. Because it's a vlog, sometimes I forget what I'm going to link. But honestly, I'm aware. I'm absolutely aware. If you can hear that, the cat's at the window. I'm not pausing it to let him in. He can wait a minute. But yeah, so I'm supposed to be doing my cross stitch after tea, but I'm just having so much fun. I've only done I think about 12 rounds or something like that, so I'm going to do a few more rounds tonight and just enjoy them. They've been a lot of fun, they really have. So I've got the dog on my knee. She's on my knee here, and I'm going to sit. I'm going to stick a podcast on. Well, I've actually got a podcast on. I've got Lisa at Knit All the Yarn podcast on. And I'm going to do some more work on my colourwork socks. Now I know how to do it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's like cross-stitching. You know, you're seeing the picture develop. That's what I like about cross-stitching. It's the artist in me. That's what it is. You know, I love drawing, and it's that kind of same thing. You see in the picture come out, and it's the same with these socks. So, oh my word. The only thing is, I will say, it has the heel flap and gusset, and you all know it's just, I really don't like the heel flap and gusset. So I am going to try and sub in the shadow wrap heel, I think. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm so excited to be getting on with this tonight. I had a really crazy moment for a second there. Goodness me, I'm glad that I stopped myself. So, it is nearly 2 o'clock on Tuesday. We've had a busy morning. We've been working this morning, so I haven't managed to pick up the camera. I've just sat down for a little bit with my sock, and I had a crazy moment. So I showed you the colours that I chose yesterday, and then I've been working on them and thinking there's just not enough contrast. But on the same side of it, I really like the mutedness of it. And I kept looking and I kept thinking there's not enough contrast, but I really like how muted it is. Now, bear in mind, this is my first colourwork sock, and the more muted it is, the better for me for mistakes. So I'm going to show you it. Oh, sugar me. Now, you can see it is very muted. but you can absolutely see the pattern. So I kept looking at it and thinking, I think I'm going to change the colours. So I went and grabbed high contrast. You'll totally see that. And thought I'll just do it that way. And I popped the sock on the table like that. And I kept looking at it and thinking I really like it. So I haven't pulled it back. Because I really, really like it. It is really muted. Not as muted as it's showing there, because you can absolutely see the colour work when I look at it. But I keep thinking I should make it. See, obviously when it pops properly, it's very, very effective. Maybe I will pull it back. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start it again. I'm only 30 rows in. It doesn't matter. Plus it's only a sock. It's not a big pattern. It's not like pulling back a colourwork jumper, is it? Maybe I will prefer it with a higher contrast. I've got a lot of this. So, I don't know what to do, because I really do like it. I don't know what to do. I could pop this one on hold and then try it with the higher contrast and see what I prefer. I could do that. I kind of wish I'd done a longer ribbon for the top as well. I do prefer a bit of a longer rib. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Because the thought of pulling all that, I'm using 9-inch circulars for colour work. I'm finding it much easier on 9-inch circulars. 9-inch circulars are not my preferred method for sock knitting. I'm a magic loop girl. Magic loop all the way. But I do like to use them from time to time, just for a bit of a change. But for colour work socks, I don't think I could do it magic loop. I don't know what to do, because I like that. But how much more effective would it be if I had a higher contrast? Decisions. I could pull it back now and get going straight away again, and I'll soon be up to the same point. I'm quite plus as well now. I'm a lot more confident with the knitting of it. I know what I'm doing now. So the second one would probably be better. I should pull it if I'm dithering around, I should pull it back, shouldn't I? And go again with the other colour. What cuff shall I do though? If I'm doing pink and white, I've got this one, which I was thinking of the cuff in that. Shall I do it? Shall I do it? Shall I have a crazy moment? Do you know what? Oh no! I did it! I did it! Oh, that was crazy. Wow, decided. Oh, wow, that got my heart going a little bit. Hang on a minute. Or shall I just do them two? And do the grey as the cuff? Should I do that? This yarn is very good for colour work because it's toothy, and I'm not sure how I'll get on with much softer yarn. Could do it that way. And I've still got my 3 colours that I like. Let me just weigh, because I needed 40 grams of each, didn't I? So the grey, we have 46 grams. The white, 59 grams. And the red, stand up properly, 44 grams. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I hope you can see me all right. It's a little bit dark in here, but if I put the light on, it flickers. So it is Wednesday morning. It's just before 9 o'clock in the morning, and I am just prepping all the yarn for Advent dyeing. Can't show you any of that, obviously, because it's Advent yarn, and it's top secret until December. I don't think anybody's peeked at their Advents yet. I hope not, anyway. So I'm just putting all of the mini skeins onto cable ties for dyeing. I've chosen the picture that I'm going to be using. So we are all good to go today. We've also got a yarn order due as well today. So I'm hoping that will come early-ish, because I need to nip out as well. Here comes Pollyanna. So I didn't pick up the camera yesterday after I spoke to you, so I apologise for that. I was absolutely useless. Although I did restart the sock, I'll show you later on. I restarted the sock in the new colours and I am so much happier with it. I'm pleased that I took the plunge and did it, because if I'd have carried on, I did like the more muted version, but for the amount of work that's gone into them socks, I really want to see it pop. So I'm pleased that I restarted it. As much as I didn't want to, because I was almost at the heel. I'd done an awful lot of work. But no, we've restarted and I'm much happier. So it's Advent dyeing this morning, probably today and tomorrow for the Advent dyeing, and then we'll be getting them all packaged up ready to ship out at the end of the month. We're on September, the 1st of September will be month 7 of Advent yarn. Can you believe that? It's gone so fast. I cannot believe it. It feels like I've only been dyeing the Advent for a couple of months, and we haven't. It's month 7 in September. That's crazy. I think we've had some new people as well for the Advent that have joined last month. That's cool. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know what the weather's going to be like today. Haven't a clue. Right now it's relatively sunny. Yesterday it was sort of overcast, and then from sort of 4 o'clock it started raining, and then it rained for the rest of the night. So I've no idea what the weather's going to be like, but I'm going to try and get this dyed while it's sunny, because these mini skeins dry so well on the line. If you've got a decent day, they can't go out if it's too windy, and I don't put them out if it's too sunny, and obviously you can't put them out in the rain, so you've got to kind of have the weather right, which today is. It's okay if it's a little bit of a breeze, but if there's a wind you can't put them out. Any yarns, not just mini skeins, you can't put any yarns out on the line. I'm talking from experience. So we do have a drying rack which we use in the winter, but as long as it stays like this, it'll be fine. So fingers crossed for some decent weather today. Well, it doesn't have to be cracking the flags, just not raining and not too windy and not too sunny. I don't ask for much. I haven't even shown you my blanket yet. I'm going to show you that. I've got so many ideas of what I want to make at the moment. I really have. And I don't feel like I've just got enough hours in the day. I really don't. My priority at the moment is these socks. I really want to get them finished. And then I've got about 4 other ideas of projects that I really want to make. And then there's my cross stitch. What I might do with my cross stitch is just I've been cross stitching this morning. I love it so much. But when I get a chance to craft later on, I think I'll be working on my socks so I can get a real good portion of those done, because I don't know if I want to start another cross stitch before the historical sampler sale comes out. That starts on the 14th of October. Now, there's no way this gnome's going to last me that long, because I've only got 4,000 stitches left. So I tend to do about 500 stitches a day, but I've done 200 stitches. I got up at a stupid time this morning. I've got quite a lot of cross stitching done this morning. I was up at like 5 o'clock. It was stupid. You know when you're just wide awake, and for some reason I woke up hungry, really, really hungry, and I couldn't sleep because I was hungry, and I shouldn't have been hungry. I had a decent tea, so I couldn't get back to sleep, so I ended up at stupid o'clock this morning. So I've sat and cross stitched this morning before I've even got dressed. Anyway, where was I going with that? Yes, I've done 200 stitches today. I might try and knock my cross stitch down to about that so I can kind of drag it out, but I don't want to get to the point where it's a week before the sale and I've got nothing to cross stitch on, because I don't want to start a bigger project. I just like one at a time. I don't like any more than that, but that could change. When I first started watching the floss tubers, when I got really into cross stitching, and you know, they all had like 100 whips or 50 whips, I was thinking, oh, how can you do that? But the more that I cross stitch, the more I'd never have 50. It's not me. I'd get far too overwhelmed. But I can absolutely see why people have more than one whip. I really can, because I could end up in that position myself if I start another project before the sale starts. So, who was I watching? It was a new floss tuber I was watching this morning. I can't remember what her name was. And she was doing the Lola Crow Deadly Aquarium, which I have loved. So many floss tubers have done it, and I just think it is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And if I'd have been cross stitching properly when that came out, I would have absolutely done that. I don't want to start it now because I've seen it all come out. I may do it in the future, but I just think it's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. I think they're on clue 9. I don't know if there's 10 clues or 12, but it is so, so good, and I really do wish that I'd seen that. I had been cross stitching when that came out. Do you know what I mean? I was cross stitching, but not properly. Not them properly doing it. Oh, I don't know. Alex, shush. Right, I'm nearly done with these now. Oh, Danny's here. He's sat on the stairs with the dog, bless him. They're having a moment together. Right, I'm going to finish getting these done. I've been waffling at you for 8 minutes. I can't show you any dyeing, but I will try and pick up the camera more today.
Around here. Now this could be my inexperience.
Where's your toy? That's Karen in the background, if you can hear Karen. She's got a new toy, which is just here. Hang on a minute. If I try, she's going to get it off me. I love buying her new toys because she always really appreciates it. She's had it 5 minutes and she's broken the squeaker. It is a dog toy, it's not just a soft toy. What is it? Oh, she's taking it away. She's taking it away from me. She doesn't trust me anywhere near it. Come on and show you some crafty things because we are on Wednesday and I've not really shown you anything yet. So, first of all, do you remember the blanket that I started last Thursday night? I think I started it on the vlog. Well, I did in fact finish this. I think it was Saturday. Let me see if I can. It's not huge. It is perfect lap size. So when I'm sitting and crafting, it just goes over my lap and it covers, not that you can see, hang on, let me see if I can. It goes over my lap when I'm crafting. And it goes right over my feet, so it's just big enough for crafting. And oh my word, I love it. And do you know what? I absolutely loved making this. So it's just, oh, are you a bit high? I feel like I'm stretching up, being like giraffe neck. It is just corner to corner, the C2C stitch. And then, first of all, I used 4 balls of Stylecraft super chunky yarn. I used all 4 balls and I kept going. I did all the C2C until I'd used 2 balls. Then I started the decrease. No, I used just under 2 balls because one of the balls didn't have a ball band on and I wasn't sure if any of it was missing. So I did just under 2 balls for the halfway point and then started decreasing. Then I had some left over, so the first ball without the ball band must have been a full ball. So I went and I did 2 rows on each end of treble crochet UK terms, just to make it more longer than square, you know, more rectangle than square. And then I did 3 rows on the same ends, 3 rows of trebles in the black, and then I did just single crochet, double crochet in the UK. I learnt American terms with crochet, so when it comes to telling people the UK terms, I get totally mixed up because I just learn American. So when I do anything, I do it American terms. Like when I crochet out of a magazine, I've got to really concentrate if it's a UK magazine because it'll use UK terms. Anyway, so I just did double crochet all round both edges in black. This is Women's Institute DK weight yarn and it's held triple. And it is just the most perfect. It's so heavy and oh my word, I love it. It's perfect. And in the winter when I'm crafting, that is going to keep me so cozy warm. So that is the first thing I had to show you. The second thing is yesterday I changed the colours of my socks, didn't I? And this is what I have so far. Doesn't that look better? I'm so pleased I did it. That looks so much better. So I'm just coming down. I've got another few rows, then I start on the cats. So I've got a slightly different colour in the cuff to what's in the leg. This is just pink and white. I'm using the white opal yarn that I showed you yesterday, and the pink ones are my Yarny Corner yarn. And then this one was a gift. And I can't remember who the yarn was by, but it was a gift from my friend Jeanette at Crafty Clegs Creations. And isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it just, it's making the world of difference having the high contrast. I really liked the muted colours, but when you put in this amount of work into it, you want to see the immediate pop, don't you? And oh my word, I'm so pleased with them. I really am. So that's that. And then I was a little bit naughty. When was it? When did I do it? I think it was over the weekend, you know. I think I'd finished that and wanted another crochet type blanket. So I had, and I showed it on the vlogs a couple of weeks ago, this magazine. And I really, really liked this blanket. It's a baby blanket. I don't know why I'm flicking through because I know what page it's on. Here we go. Isn't it gorgeous? So I decided to cast that on as well. I know, how bad's that? And are you ready? I've just started the second colour. So I'm using DK weight yarn, just what's in stash. Oh, I just love it. Just look at that. Oh my word, isn't it nice? And I am following the pattern, but I wasn't over keen on how they changed colour in the pattern, so I've just gone my own way on the colour changes. And I did change, they chain up at the start of a row and they count that as a stitch. I absolutely detest that. I chain up for a turning chain and then I make a stitch, so I don't use that chain as a first stitch. I never do. I find it fiddly, you can never find the top, and you don't need to do it. You can't tell that I've got a turning chain on there and I haven't on there, so that's what I do. But that's the only modifications I made. So I've got white, grey, a little bit of a problem here because the pattern had 3 colours. This white wasn't a full ball, so I'm not sure how. I'm just going to use the entire ball and then change colour, but I've only got 4. So I've got the white, the grey, and then this gorgeous blue, and then a brown. But I'm not sure it's going to be big enough with just the 4. But I don't think in the pattern they used, let me show you. In the pattern, it doesn't look like they used all of the ball. Because it says 1 colour each of the 5, but that pink looks like a really big section, then quite small. I don't know. If I need to add another colour, I'm probably going to be looking for a green to go between them two. But I'll be able to judge it after I've done the grey. Because if I've got about the same again, which it won't be much more because it was nearly a full ball of the white. So once I've done the grey, if I need a 5th colour to make it a decent length, I'm going to put a green in between these 2. I've got a green, I'm sure. If not, I'll nip into Hobbycraft and get one, which I thought would look really nice. So, yeah, that's my projects at the moment. My projects are getting a little bit out of hand. I'm being a bit naughty, and I had another idea for a blanket that I really wanted to cast on yesterday. I so wanted to do it. But there is absolutely no point in me starting another blanket at the moment. So I'm going to wait. The idea is still in my head, but I'm just going to wait a little bit. But yeah, my projects are just, I'm at 1. I've got the Mount Juliet shawl, Danny's Musselburgh hat, that blanket, my sock, my cross stitch, that's 5. Plus I've got my long-term crochet blanket sitting in a basket over there. That doesn't matter though, I'm not bothered how long that takes me. I just work on it whenever I fancy doing a little bit of crochet and I don't have a crochet project.
You can tell them what's coming for October.
What's coming for October?
My cardigan. It'll probably be edited out.
We should start Danny's cardigan as a community project. Everybody just knit a square. I'll sew it together. We'll do him a cardigan that way. He's driving me nuts.
Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Everyone sends you a square. Then you put all together. Oh, yeah, because we like your cardigan with all the squares, wouldn't it? I thought it would be the same colour.
Yeah, but then I'd want it. I'd be like, oh, this suits me more.
Who was the artist in the 90s that had that cardigan?
No, you're thinking of, is it the
Funhouse? Not Funhouse.
No, you're thinking of...
Art Attack? No. Who was it?
There was a singer. Was it called the J.W. Anderson cardigan or something? A singer had one on a few years ago.
I don't know.
I don't know who the singer was. I'm really bad with... I don't follow celebrities at all. So when it comes to anything celebrity-wise, I haven't a clue. It goes straight over my head. But I do remember everybody knitting and crocheting this squared cardigan with all the different squares, and it was really cool. Anyway, I just wanted to show you projects because I haven't shown them yet this week. Morning, everybody. It is now Thursday. Thursday. I haven't got my glasses on. I need my glasses on. Where's my glasses? Me passes my glasses, darling. There in front of you.
Oh.
Hang
Sorry,
on.
I've got...
I've just been sitting and spending some time on the computer because somebody asked a question about how many yarns we had in stock, and we never even realised that our website did not show a stock inventory. So it now shows a stock inventory. So when you're looking at yarn, it's now there. It tells you how many are in stock.
How long have we had this website out?
We've only had it a year or two. So we've done that, and we've also put a little discount code into the website as well. It's automatic. It's off the sock weight yarn only. It's 10% off up until 12 o'clock on the 31st of August. So if you're thinking of buying some hand-dyed yarn, pop over to the website and you'll get an automatic 10% off for the rest of August. Well, until lunchtime on the 31st. Just a little... Why not? So it is 10 o'clock in the morning. We've just got all these little piddly jobs to do today. So that's what we're trying to get on with. It's absolutely bucketing it down. So we're not doing any yarn dyeing today because there's no point. Because it's going to be glorious weather for the next 3 days. So I may as well do it then.
She just wants to do a cross stitch, that's all.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to cross stitch all day. I wish. Wouldn't that be great, wouldn't it? I do have knit group this afternoon, so I will be going to knit group. So yeah, that is all we're doing at the moment. We need to nip out. I think Josh wants a lift somewhere, so I need to go drop him off. And that's about it. Danny's in pain after his football last night. They play 5-a-side football, but there were only 7.
Yeah.
And they played on the same size pitch, so he came home exhausted. Absolutely exhausted.
You might be too old for it.
I'm not too old for it, you're fine. Bless him. Right, I'm going to go and get some more of these little piddly jobs done, and then I shall be back, hopefully, before I go to knit group. I've just had something through the post, and I know what it is. I'm going to open it. I should have opened it before I pressed record. I'll open it, then come back. Right, I've opened it. So, do you remember me showing you the things that I got off Tracy at Clips and Pieces? Well, rubles. Just love. She contacted me the other day and she said, would you like to do a giveaway? And I said, we are always up for a giveaway. So she has put some things together for all of you. And I have them here. So I am going to show you what we have. So we have these beautiful, beautiful tins. And inside, oh my word, these are amazing. So this is what they look like. And there is a pair of scissors, some needles. Oh my word. Oh, look at these point protectors. Oh, the little love hearts. Oh my word, a tape measure. Oh, I love those. Oh, look, this one's a little koala. Hang on a minute. A little koala. Oh my word. And oh. Hold it the right way, Alex. Nutella and a tape measure. So that is in one. Oh my word, these are so cool. So these are not for me, these are for you guys. Let me just pop those. I don't know how she had it arranged so nicely, and I think I've just ruined it. So that is the first one. And the second one, I think should be the same. It is. So again, you get all the same things. The scissors, the needles, there's love heart, point protectors, tape measure. I'm not going to open it, but it is all the same things in the second one. So there are two of these boxes for a giveaway. And then she sent some more of these gorgeous bubbles. So she said I can have one or two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a bobble with each of these gifts. I'll do it like that. So just grabbed whichever. Well, I didn't grab whichever because obviously I was having this one. In fact, I'm going to have it right now. So I've got the other one in today. I love that pink one. That is so me. Oh my word. You're not going to miss. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. And that one's mine. So I'm going to have the pink one and this multicoloured one. And the other two. Oops, a daisy. I'm dropping now. The other two are going to go in each of the boxes from Tracy. So I'm going to do the giveaway today. Oh, darling, we let lugs in? I'm just going to pop them back in this bag so I don't lose them. So if you want to take part in the giveaway, and I'm going to draw it next week, so the winner will be announced on next week's vlog. If you want to take part in the giveaway, Tracy's shop is called Clips and Pieces. Let me show you the card. I've got another card here. Just put everything back in the bag. Clips and Pieces. And what word shall we use? You have to use the word... Don't stand on my cross stitch. You can tell what I was doing, can't you? Okay, you have to use the word cat in your giveaway if you want to take part. So I'll be looking for the word cat in your comments. If you use the word cat in your comment, I will enter you into the draw to win one of these two prizes. So there are two giveaway prizes. And you just need to use the word cat. C-A-T. Cat. I'll pop it on the screen as well. How exciting. So thank you, Tracy, so much for sending those for everybody. And I will look forward to doing a giveaway. We haven't had one for ages. Not since Birthday Bonanza? Birthday Bonanza, I think. Right, so it is now 12 o'clock. I was just having half an hour with my cross stitch. That's where I'm up to now. Oh, isn't it lovely? I'm waiting for the new Crochet Now magazine to come on to Kindle Unlimited. I was watching Sally at Nanny Moon's Crochet a couple of days ago, and she is a subscriber to Crochet Now. And so she gets the copies a couple of days before everybody... Oh, I love that bobble. Before everybody else. I'm going to be doing that all day. Every time I'm filming, you're going to see me doing that. So, yeah, she gets the copies a couple of days before everybody else. And she was doing a flick through of the latest Crochet Now magazine. And there is a lot of patterns in it this month that I would really like to make, including a pumpkin pattern. And next month's magazine has got Snoopy in it. So I went into the supermarket and I did see the Crochet Now magazine. So I will buy the magazine if I really want the free booklet or the free gift. But if I'm not bothered, I have it on Kindle Unlimited anyway. So I'll wait for it to come on Kindle Unlimited. It does take a little bit longer to come on Kindle Unlimited than what it does in the shop. So it's not, let me just double check. It's not there yet. Let me just refresh. No, it's not there yet. But it'll be there tomorrow or the next day. Within a couple of days, it'll be there. Excuse me. So, yeah, that is what I'm waiting for. Because there are some crochet pumpkin patterns in there that I really like the look of. And there was something else. What was it? I can't remember. There was something else in there that I really liked the look of as well. The free gifts this month were a colour wheel and there was a free booklet, but there was nothing. It was nice, but there was nothing that I really gravitated towards. So I'm perfectly happy to wait for it to come on Kindle Unlimited. It's not like last month where I absolutely had to have the Sooty crochet hooks and the Sooty booklet. But yeah, so I'm waiting for that to come on. I am just watching a YouTube floss tube. I'm watching Stitchy Sally. She's done episode 83, which came out yesterday, I think it was. So I'm just catching up with Stitchy Sally. If any of you like floss tubes as well, there are a number that I watch now. I will link Sally's in the description box below. And yeah, oh, there's something else I've been meaning to say all week and I completely and utterly forgot. I am so sorry. I've recommended quite a few times actually, Sophia at Knits For You, and I said her YouTube channel is called it's called Knits For You. It's actually called Sophia Knits For You. That's because on YouTube there is another channel called Knits For You that doesn't have any videos on it. So I just did want to correct myself. If you've been, obviously the link that I shared was correct. But if you just followed what I'd written on screen, it's Sophia Knits For You, and that is Sophia and Phil, and they are absolutely amazing. Love them so much. Watch them all the time, and actually, they went to, what was it called? Was it Northeast Yarn Fest? I can't remember what it was called, but it was a yarn festival in Newcastle, I believe. And Sophia managed to interview a couple of people. One of the ones that she interviewed were called Slippers for Joe or Joe's Slippers, something like that. Go and watch the video. And oh my word, I went onto their website and it is slippers that you can make, and they sell the whole kits. So you get the soles, which come in two parts. So the bottom part of the sole has a rubber grip, all with pre-made holes all the way around the sole. They do knitting and crochet versions, easy and more advanced versions, and oh my word, they look amazing. Sophia actually bought one of the kits, so I can't wait to see her make these because they look so good. Go and check out the latest video, it's fabulous. And I think Luigi's fallen out with you all. What's the matter? Why have you turned your back to everybody?
So I refused to let him sit on it to dry himself out, that's why. He wanted to dry himself.
He's just coming because it's raining outside. It's properly raining as well. It's not just a little bit of drizzle, it's properly raining. And he's coming, and when he's wet, he likes you to dry him like this. And he went to sit on Danny's knee, and he wanted Danny to dry him, and Danny said no. I'll do it.
Don't make it out like I'm meeting.
And that's why he doesn't get a cardigan.
Oh, bruh. Okay.
Right, on that note, I'm going to go and have some, you should see the look I'm getting, some cross stitchy time.
Actually, the ice bucket challenge.
Please. And I will see you all in a little bit. Felt guilty, look at this. How cute is that? Yeah. Oh, look at him.
I know, look at me.
I was talking about the cat. Bless him, he got his way. Root time. It's drizzly still, but it is so muggy. I think we might get thunderstorms at some point, you know, because it's really muggy. So I'm just walking down now. I've got 2 bags and a coffee, because obviously you need a coffee at Knit Group. And I'm going to go and sit and spend an hour with the ladies. Oh, it's my favourite time of the week. I know I say it every week, but it just is. I've brought my sock to show because one of the other ladies has started it as well. So we're going to compare. And I've brought a crochet. Have I got my crochet hook? Oh, I hope I brought my crochet hook. I put my crochet project in my bag, but I'm not sure I've brought my hook. And Danny has literally just said to me, don't be ringing me to bring something down, because I do it every week. I get to Knit Group and then I've always forgotten something or need something, so I ring Danny and I say, could you just bring... I hope I haven't forgotten my crochet hook. If I have, he's going to think I've done it on purpose. Anyway, I shall go and have my hour with the ladies and sit and put the world to rights. I'm absolutely drenched coming home. It is pouring down. It was lovely when I went. Well, you saw, didn't you? Absolutely pouring down when I came out. Had a lovely, lovely time at Knit Group, as always. Lots of enabling going on. Lots of things getting passed around. Somebody walked in with a big box and he went, hello ladies, would you like some yarn? And we all just went, oh. He was donating some to Knit Group, so that was lovely. And yeah, just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. You want to come next week, Lugs? I think you'd fit right in at Knit Group, I really do. You could sit on everyone's lap and purr while we do knitting. So yeah, I looked outside when it was time to go. I was getting all my bits together, and I did actually take a jacket, which you all know I never have a coat on ever. And I was getting all my bits together, and because I was coming back with so much more than I went with, my friend was helping me, and so I got everything ready, and then somebody else said, have you not got a coat? Have you looked outside? Well, it was just psh. And I went, oh, I've got a coat somewhere. Completely forgot to put my jacket on, so it's a good job somebody had said, have you not got a coat? Otherwise I'd left it at Knit Group. But yeah, no, it was just lovely. We had a great time, we really did. I sat and worked on my crochet blanket, and me and my friend were showing our socks off that we're making, the House of Cats socks. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to do the heel flap and gusset on those, you know. We were discussing it today, me and my friend, because you know that I'm a shadow wrap heel girl. And I used to do the heel flap and gusset when I first learnt to make socks, but I really don't like... I don't mind picking up the stitches, it's decreasing back down. So I'd said to my friend, because we were messaging last night, oh, I think I'm going to put the shadow wrap in. But I'm not sure, because colourwork socks have no stretch, and I'm not sure they're going to fit as well with the shadow wrap in. So I am going to have to put the heel flap and gusset in. But it must be done, I think. It must be done. I don't know. Do I try the shadow wrap? I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, we've had a lovely time. We've put the world to rights. We've enabled each other. Lots of patterns got shared around. Yeah, it was just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead now and edit this vlog. Hopefully, do you know what? I don't even know what I filmed this week. I really haven't a clue. But hopefully there's enough. I don't know. I'll see what happens when I edit it together. And then I am going to go make tea, because while this is rendering, I'm going to go make tea. We're having jacket potatoes, I think, tonight for our tea. Oh, I hear somebody coming down the stairs. So thank you for joining me, everybody, this week, and I will see you on the next vlog next week. Don't forget to enter the giveaway, and I will be drawing it on next week's vlog. I'll draw it on the Thursday. Have a lovely week, everybody, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.